Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are reviewing the brand new Ray-Ban Carlos RB0947. But first, I'm thanking today's video sponsor, our own website, shadereviewstore.com, the absolute best place to buy designer sunglasses, up to 80% off the original MSRP. Again, the website there is shadereviewstore.com. Check it out. So let's go ahead and pop the sunglasses on face and talk about the dimensions. These have 56mm lenses and an 18mm bridge, and this is the standard and only size of these sunglasses that Ray-Ban produces these frames in, so there's not a larger or a smaller lens size. You're gonna be stuck with the 56mm lens size. But that being said, these are definitely going to fit the average person face really, really well. Now, as far as the exact colorway that I have on today's video, these have Ray-Ban's polished black propionate frames, and then the lenses here are Ray-Ban's crystal all glass G15 green lens. It's a really good lens, and it's going to offer very good scratch resistance, so it's really nice that these are a glass lens here. They're also going to block 100% of UVA and UVB rays as well, and they also do sell these with polarized lenses for an extra, I think, $50 on their website. Now, as far as the construction of these frames goes, they are built really, really large, so they're meant to have that kind of oversized style, and again, these are a propionate material and not an acetate material. A propionate is generally looked at as more of a kind of affordable version of acetate, and it's also going to have more durability than acetate as well. Personally, I definitely prefer an acetate frame. Now, because these frames are so large, they're going to be very, very heavy. These frames come in at 52 grams. So if you wear these frames for hours and hours at a time, you're definitely going to feel some discomfort, especially here around the nose and then the ear rest as well. Just a very, very heavy pair of frames. It's very bulky, but they also offer that kind of bold styling. So, you know, kind of pros and cons here with this pair of frames. Really cool, bold styling, but very, very heavy. Another kind of signature trademark of these frames is going to be their extremely thick tapered temples here. So they start really wide and then they get really thin here, and that offers a really interesting look. And we can also see a raised Ray-Ban logo here on the outside of the frame, like the original Ray-Ban Wayfarer has, which is another really cool kind of styling element. They also do have a painted on Ray-Ban logo here in the top right corner of the lens, and an etched RB logo here in the middle left of the lens right there for authentication purposes. Now, they also have very premium and nice 7-barrel all-metal hinges, and they feel really, really good when opening up and when closing them. They just feel very, very substantial and nice. And if we take a look here, it is a brand new hinge, and it says Ray-Ban on the actual hinge. And then there's also another little extra rivet which attaches the Ray-Ban logo. So that's actually going to be much more reinforced than the way that Ray-Ban does it on the original Ray-Ban Wayfarer. So really interesting stuff here. I really do like the hinge. It feels really, really nice and smooth. I do like the little Ray-Ban logo. Definitely adds a little bit of extra style here. And if we take a look here at the inner left temple of the frames, you can see they say Ray-Ban T made in China. And something that really gets me is even the made in China logo is kind of crooked and at an angle, and it doesn't look good. It kind of draws attention to it, and it, again, it's not even level. So really, really weird why they it's almost like somebody hand stamped the Made in China logo. Really interesting. And then here in the inner left temple of the frames, you can see the exact model number and color code information there. Now, as far as the build quality of these frames goes, these are built pretty well. If we take a look here on the inside of the temple, we can see they didn't do a perfect job of kind of sanding that down and polishing it, so it's going to be a little bit rough here, and we can also see some kind of fragments left over from the propionate material. So not really nice, not really high quality there. The attention to detail here isn't really that good. But the actual frame build quality is good other than those small things. These frames do not squeak at all, which I'm really, really happy about. I was very worried that these frames are going to squeak. And the propionate material is an injected material. So if you look really closely underneath the nose rest, we can see that is a 2-part injected design material. But if you know what you're feeling for, you can definitely feel that injected plastic material, which doesn't feel nearly as nice as the acetate material would be, which is made out of a block construction, so just a single piece of acetate, and then they just kind of mill around that. Here, just a two-piece injected material, so they kind of fuse the two together. And yeah, it does definitely have a feel to it that doesn't feel great if you're feeling kind of around the rim of the frames. Now, as far as pricing goes, these frames are going to cost you $180, which is definitely very expensive considering the fact that an original pair of handmade in Italy Wayfarers, which have acetate frames, are going to run you, I believe, $185 or $187. So definitely very expensive considering the fact these are made in China and out of propionate, and the build quality isn't quite as good as the handmade original Ray-Ban Wayfarers either. But if you're looking for the style, it definitely does look really interesting, and I really do like these. I just think they're a little bit expensive for what you're actually buying and how cheap Ray-Ban is able to make these being made in China and all. Now, as far as coverage from the sun goes, these do have that kind of oversized, large Wayfarer style, so of course you're not going to have the best coverage. So here up top, you can see there is a pretty big gap to let sunlight in unprotected, and then here on the sides again, there's a pretty big gap that does let sunlight in unprotected. However, the big temples here are actually going to kind of help with the coverage here because it's going to block the sun, but either way, still pretty bad coverage from the sun, so not the most practical pair of sunglasses. And then again, also the weight coming in at 52 grams makes them not practical as well. So definitely not my first choice if I'm going to be wearing this pair of sunglasses for, you know, hours and hours at a time. So overall, I think this is a very decent pair of sunglasses. I just think they are definitely very expensive for what you're getting. You're getting made in China, you're getting a very heavy pair of sunglasses, and you're getting propionate frame material instead of acetate, all for $108. Definitely seems quite expensive. But I'm going to have a link in the description down below directly to Ray-Ban's website if you're interested in current pricing and availability of these frames. Sometimes they do go on sale, and we do have these always on sale on our website for a substantial discount off the original MSRP, so they definitely make a lot more sense at that lower price. But that's all I got for guys in this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a big thumbs up down below, and of course, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video just like this one to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.